Hi, this is Tammy from Casa, Mariposa. Welcome to my garden. I thought I'd do a video tour this time. And I wanted to start at the gate, but I had too much glare in my other videos. So we're starting in the back of the garden looking towards the gate. The large shrub you see is a deutzia. It is in full flower right now. Across from the deutzia, I do have my rain garden, which was put in a year ago. That leads up to a long perennial bed that is backed with roses. All of the plants in my beds are designed to attract and support pollinators. I don't recall planting an enormous Anadia in the very front of the bed. It's quite a behemoth, but I don't care. I like it. It's a bit sassy. I'm going to let it stay there, and the pollinators absolutely love it. The Jude, the obscure roses have started to bloom, and some of my plants are a little thirsty. Last weekend it was in the 40s, and this week it's been in the 90s, and my plants just don't know what to do. We went from running the heater to running the air conditioner. Here is the rest of the rain garden with my Graham Thomas rose on the fence. It's struggling a little bit with black spot, which I'm pretty frustrated about. My garden is a very small suburban garden. My neighbors are right smack next door, but they are fabulous neighbors, so I have zero complaints about that. Here's my deutzia. It's full and fluffy and pink, and I love it. It puts on this enormous show every early summer. Coming around, this is what I call my nano farm. It is definitely nano. Sweet potatoes and tomatoes and herbs. It's fun. All my veggies are grown in pots. Here we have the patio with an enormous Rosa Sharon. You'll get a better view of that when I move around to the back of the garden. Here's the hammock that we spend a lot of time in during the summer. It's a great place to just hang out. Here's the dog run, and my dogs do go back there an awful lot so they can chase birds and bark at squirrels and just basically harass people. I have so much dry shade in my garden. I've really had to learn how to deal with it and how to garden with it. My bog garden's right there, and I do have a lot of monarda and phlox in the back of this garden, which I know seems so weird, but they're supported heavily by Soaker hoses, and they've been there for 9 years, and they're just not going anywhere. Lots and lots of dry shade. This is the other side of the dog run, and the dog run goes right in here. The dogs can run all along behind the garden, and this actually is kind of a cool vantage. Ooh, that's bright. Kind of a cool vantage point into the rest of the garden. You can see the deutzia, the trumpet vine along the fence, the perennial bed, the rain garden. There you can really see how huge the Rosa Sharon is. Then we have the patio, the dogwood garden, the founding flowers garden, and then more trees. We have a lot of trees in our yard that were left by the builder, and then we have several trees that we planted ourselves, including the crepe myrtles. This entire area is being ripped up in the fall, just the grass, not the garden. And we're putting in a pond, a real pond with a pump and filter. Hey, there's an idea. Phlox, lots of phlox. Crepe myrtle. I just added this piece of stained glass to the garden the other day. I really like it. I thought this part of the garden was boring and the beds were really shallow and it just irritated me. So I thought this would be a good chance to add some art and add a splash of color, and I'm happy with it. The spigelia are just starting to bloom. I really love these guys. And I wish my river mist would hurry up and grow. He's taking his sweet time. The Etoile Violette Clematis have started to bloom. I really love these. They're so pretty. So a larger view, you can see this bed, which is actually pretty colorful in the summer. I redesigned this entire bed about 1.5 years ago. Crepe myrtle, dogwood. That's not the dogwood. What am I saying? Heritage birch. Okay. Here we have the Founding Flowers garden that was mostly populated with seedlings from other parts of the garden that weren't doing well because I have more and more shade every year. It's a real battle. I have quite a bit blooming here. The cornflowers had a deadly run-in with the lawnmower. Lawnmower 1, cornflowers 0. That was frustrating. Here is my Peggy Martin rose, and this arrived at my house totally and completely by accident. There was a system error in the new ordering system used by an online rose company that I use exclusively, and they sent me this on accident. And when I called and told them, they're like, don't worry about it, you can keep it. I'm like, woohoo, happy me. I love this rose because it's tough and it's pretty, And it's almost thornless, so I don't have to worry about impaling my neighbors. That's nice. This is the dogwood garden. The sweet spire are about to bloom. Lots of color in this garden. I really love it. A little empty spot waiting for some flowers a friend gave me. I did plant clematis at the base of these trumpet lilies, but it's a little tiny guy. You can barely tell it's there. More and more pots. I just have pots everywhere. My motto is stick it in a pot. If I can't control the growing conditions that it needs in the ground, it goes in a pot. I have peppers mixed in with my perennials. California poppies to remind me of California, where I am from. Lots and lots of pots. Lots of dogs. I still have plants that need to be put into the ground. Rain barrel. I have 5 rain barrels. And then I know this is a little bit too bright. I am so sorry. It's super sunny today. More and more plants in pots everywhere. I have Abraham Darby right in the middle. Just had to prune him. He was flirting with all the ladies in the garden and had his little branches everywhere. Okay, let's go around to the front. I'm trying to keep this video kind of short. Okay, out the gate, this is the big wall of Prague viburnums. They are one of the only viburnums that is evergreen in cold climates. They keep my house cool in the summer, which is awesome, and they provide tons of shelter for the birds in the winter. So I really like them, plus they're really pretty in the spring. Lots of grass. Welcome to suburbia. I'm trying to get rid of more and more of it every year. My driveway, very exciting. Okay, I added a butterfly garden to the front. Last year I filled it with Nepeta and milkweed, coreopsis, and salvia. I still have a lot of daffodil foliage dying down. That's pretty unfabulous, but hey, what you gonna do? The clematis, the president's still blooming. Pipe vine, I wanted to add color everywhere I could. I wanted to make the house cheerful. This clematis is called Baltic. Last year it ate the spirea. This year it's taking over the mosaic pot. It's really spectacular when it is in full bloom. There's one. Oh wait, there's a better one. So pretty. Lots of daffodils mixed in with the daylilies. They're still kind of dying down a little bit. This is my least favorite part of the garden. I have a viburnum that's planted about 15 feet too close to the house. Hey, there's a brilliant move. And a struggling loropetalum that suffered heavy, heavy frost and wind damage this past winter. But, I think the little guy's going to make it. So there you go. All right, beautiful ground cover recommended to me by Lori of My Weeds Are Very Sorry. And here we have the Yuckside. Whoops. Sorry, I fell. Which is not quite as yucky as it used to be. There's the ginormous bleeding heart, interplanted with some lilies popping up through the top. And I redesigned this last fall, and I like it much better. There's the Big Daddy rain barrel. And here we are, right back to the gate. There's a cypress vine climbing up the little goofy arbor that I made. And here you can see the deutzia, the rain garden, the hammock that we love, and just my garden. There you go. I hope you like the tour.